Every day, trillions of dollars in global financial traffic move through modern subsea fiber optics. But if you analyze the traffic securing your bank account, you will find an anomaly. The routing commands managing your ATM withdrawals are not standard modern internet data. They belong to an obsolete system, actively disguising itself to survive in a modern network. This document highlights UDP ports 12001 and 12004. These ports run a protocol called Enterprise Extender, which acts as a hollow shell. Inside that shell is a piece of code that should have died decades ago. That hidden code is IBM's Systems Network Architecture, or SNA. It is a strictly controlled, proprietary networking standard from 1974. Through hardware like the System 370, IBM designed SNA to be a closed ecosystem. It was engineered to govern every terminal and data line, creating a privately owned intranet monarchy long before the public internet existed. Today, the global banking grid remains inextricably locked into this 50-year-old architecture. Eradicating it would trigger a total systemic failure of the financial system. In the 1970s, telecommunications relied on heavily degraded analog copper wires. Dial-up lines maxed out at 19,200 bits per second, and noise frequently corrupted the signal. To guarantee data delivery in this hostile physical environment, IBM engineered SNA to operate with absolute mathematical rigidity. This schematic illustrates the Synchronous Data Link Control, or SDLC protocol. The network functioned on a strict master-slave hierarchy. The central mainframe acted as the master, explicitly preventing peripheral terminals from transmitting data on their own. Terminals waited in silence. They were only granted permission to speak when the mainframe sent a precise polling sequence, a 0, 6 ones, and a final 0. This programming guide shows how administrators hard-coded pacing windows and memory addresses. Network traffic was statically planned out in advance, byte by byte. If a terminal attempted to dynamically route its own data, like modern computers do, the analog noise of the era would have instantly destroyed the transmission. IBM engineered a central command economy for data. By controlling when and how information moved, they ensured stability through absolute authoritarian restriction. The United States military adopted this highly secure, centralized structure to manage their worldwide military command and control system, placing strategic war planning directly onto IBM's architecture. IBM secured its grip on these massive global networks through a single hardware bottleneck, the 3705 communications controller. Looking at this hardware map, hundreds of communication lines from across the country are forced to funnel into one specific piece of silicon. Every packet of data had to clear this hardware toll booth. Third-party manufacturers attempted to build competing hardware, but IBM refused to release the interface specifications, completely choking off the peripheral market. Tying a dominant hardware infrastructure to a proprietary software protocol drew the attention of regulators. The European Commission launched a massive antitrust investigation targeting IBM's practices. This antitrust docket outlines the 1984 settlement. IBM was legally compelled to publish hidden hardware specifications within 120 days of any new product announcement. Competitors immediately used those specifications to emulate IBM's hardware. The physical bottleneck collapsed. The Internet monarchy was dismantled by antitrust law, permanently ending IBM's absolute control over the physical data lines. In the following years, the open, decentralized routing of TCP/IP conquered global communications, but the world's largest banks refused to migrate. This diagram illustrates a routing failure in an open network. When traffic exceeds capacity in a dynamic system, it can trigger a store and forward deadlock, instantly paralyzing the flow of data. SNA's rigid pacing algorithms mathematically guaranteed that deadlocks would never happen. For financial institutions processing billions in capital, determinism was far more valuable than network freedom. The banks needed the safety of IBM's architecture, but telecommunications companies were shutting down old analog copper lines in favor of fiber-optic IP networks. This diagram shows the resulting compromise. Network engineers encapsulated the rigid 1974 SNA commands entirely inside modern IP packets, creating the Enterprise Extender protocol. The legacy code was smuggled across modern firewalls. The master-slave polling sequences engineered for degraded analog wires are still firing back and forth today. We constructed a hyper-fast, decentralized digital society. But underneath it all, the global financial foundation operates on 50-year-old dictatorial code. IBM's network was defeated in the open market, but it never actually went offline. It simply went underground, where it continues to silently govern the global economy.